What exactly is a bonsai? Bonsai is the art of growing trees in pots and shaping it into artistic representations of very old trees, but much smaller. Think of nature in miniature. It requires horticultural skills to keep it alive and healthy, and artistic talent to shape it into what the artists agree it should look like. The best artists can see three qualities and work with them to bring them out. Bonsai is a collaboration between a tree and a person. What does the word bonsai mean? Well, the literal translation comes from Japanese words bon, which means container, and sai, meaning to plant. So it essentially means to plant in a container. A bonsai carries the weight of centuries of tradition, artistry, and a profound relationship with nature. It's a word that represents more than just a tree in a pot, but a continuous dialogue between a potted tree and a person. Can any tree be a bonsai? Almost. I'm not a special type of tree, but a regular tree kept small by growing in a container and regular pruning. If you planted it in the ground, it would grow into a full-sized tree. But not every tree makes a good bonsai. Trees with huge leaves wouldn't work. Remember? Nature in miniature. If most trees grow outside, why do I always see pictures of bonsai inside? Great observation. While bonsai trees are often grown outdoors, they are traditionally displayed indoors for short periods of time. Many bonsai enthusiasts bring them inside on special occasions or when they are looking especially beautiful. What decorations do you like to put out for special occasions? So, bonsai can grow anywhere? Not exactly. While trees are amazingly adaptive, all bonsai need the right amount of sun, rain, and seasonal change to stay healthy regardless of size. Some trees can tolerate being grown indoors, but bonsai really want to be outside. For best results, it's wise to use tree varieties that are naturally found in your local region. Native trees are well suited to the local climate and typically fare better in their life as a bonsai. Do all trees need the same amount of light? Different trees have different light needs. Full sun. Many conifers like pines and junipers have adapted to thrive in full sunlight. Partial sun. Most bonsai, especially deciduous bonsai, ones that lose their leaves in fall, such as maples and elms, do well with a balance of sunlight and shade. Shade tolerant. All bonsai need some direct sun, but hemlocks and yews like cooler temps and can tolerate lower light levels, like the dappled light of the forest. What happens if bonsai don't get enough sun? If bonsai don't get enough sun, it don't feel quite right. It's solar-powered after all and may develop pale leaves and a general lack of vigor. Less light also results in long, leggy growth as it's stretched to try to find more light, which we don't want, since bonsai is all about small. With adequate sunlight, growth becomes compact and smaller, helping achieve that true miniature tree's appearance. What happens if bonsai get too much sun? Even with enough water, excessive sunlight can scorch and damage leaves. If it's extreme, bonsai can lose whole branches and possibly even die. In those scorching summer days, you can put up shade cloth or move it to a shadier spot temporarily. Think of it as giving it a beach umbrella. Does sunlight influence the design of a bonsai? Absolutely. As a living sculpture, every branch adds to appearance. Losing a branch due to lack of sunlight would be a bummer, so most bonsai rotated twice a week to ensure all branches bask in the sun and stay strong. If it weren't rotated, the branches on the sunnier side would thrive while shaded branches would weaken. Can it ever get too much water? Oh, absolutely. While bonsai trees appreciate a good drink, it definitely don't want to drink too much. Overwatering can suffocate roots, which can lead to root rot, but it takes a while for that to happen. Not having enough water is far more scary to bonsai than having too much. It's about finding the right balance between too wet and too dry to keep it happy. Trees need water, but why is it so important? H2O is essential in photosynthesis. It breaks the hydrogen H-oxygen. O bond using the H to make food, giving you the leftover oxygen to breathe. Water keeps cells turgid, which is a fancy way of saying leaves and branches stay firm. And don't forget the cooling effect of water to prevent stress and overheating. Do all bonsai need the same soil mix? Bonsai soil is like a recipe crafted for each bonsai's unique taste. Before this special blend is mixed, each ingredient is sifted to achieve the ideal particle size, typically between 1/8 to 1/4 inch. It's all about finding that perfect balance between drainage, aeration, and water retention. Akadama, pumice, and lava are mixed in specific ratios depending on size, age, species, water requirements, and even the shape of pot. This is Tucker oak. Consisting of 20 distinct species and just as many hybrids, California oaks are a keystone species within many ecosystems. The Tucker oak hybrid was only discovered in 1994 and named after Quercus expert John M. Tucker. And this is coastal redwood. Residing within a narrow swath of coastal California and Oregon, coast redwoods can grow to over 300 feet and live for thousands of years. Despite their genetic potential, sequoia make excellent bonsai. Started from a nursery plant in 1957, this tree may be the oldest living example of a redwood cultivated as a bonsai anywhere in the world. Thank you for joining me today, and please let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for the future videos.